Hit the shower. Grab your coffee. And get ready to attack the weekend with Charlie Usen and Jack Pembroke as they catch you up on everything Wisconsin sports you may have missed this past week. All before you even finish your breakfast. It's Wisconsin Sports Weekend, brought to you by the Apollo Cafe on Brady Street. 25 years of Greek tradition. Enjoy gyros, souvlaki, fresh salads, and the legendary Zeus burger. Dine in, take out, or get it delivered. Apollo Cafe, Milwaukee's Greek superstar of flavor, on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Welcome in to the weekend. Tommy Wurtson for Charlie Usen alongside Jack Pembroke, of course, too. It is Wisconsin Sports Weekend presented by Apollo Cafe, Milwaukee's Greek superstar of flavor on historic Brady Street, celebrating 25 years now in Milwaukee. Good morning, Wisconsin. Good morning, Jack Pembroke. What's up, boss, man?
Hey, it's good to see you. Glad you're back.
Dude, this is weird, man. Working Saturdays, I'm all over the place now. Charlie wants to be like, I have like Valentine's weekend or whatever it is instead of just day. I mean, that guy,
Rico
like,
Suave.
For sure, yeah. But yeah, happy to fill in. Hopefully everyone has a good Valentine's Day. I don't know if you have time yet still, like, go to Walgreens now. Like, get it done. Get the card, get the chocolate, whatever it is. Jack, is it a dirtbag move to go to Walgreens or your local convenience store and get the Valentine's Day candy on Monday for like 70% off? Or is that totally fair game in your mind?
It depends who you're dating and who you're seeing. Like, realistically, if they're fine with you showing love on a different day that doesn't feel like a Hallmark-driven holiday.
Well, I'm just saying from a personal level. Do you have any shame if you do it?
I mean, I've probably done it.
Okay, all right. Just wondering what it is. Just wondering how it is. Welcome in to Wisconsin Sports Weekend. Big show today. We're going to hit all of them, I think. We're going to hit, we got to talk Badgers at the beginning of this. But Brewers, they got some great sound from spring training as that's getting kicked off now. The NFL schedule getting pretty wild and weird now. Wednesday, like, I love football, man, but are they going to out football us? I don't know if they can do that in America, but they're sure trying. And then, of course, NBA tanking, the All-Star game, and some new look Bucks over this time frame as well. Wisconsin Sports Weekend presented by Apollo Cafe now here on a Saturday. Let's start things off with the Wisconsin Badgers. Jack, they might be back, dude. They might be back. They might be serious on top of it. Another top 10 win, this time over Michigan State. And Jack, this was the easiest one so far.
I think people overlook what Greg Gard's been able to do with this team. 2 years in a row now, he's gotten NIL players where a lot of other programs, sure, go out and get guys from the NIL, but they're not as successful. I don't think a lot of people had us down the stretch in February winning this many games on the road and defeating a Sparty team at home this handily.
Jack, it's 3 years. It's AJ Storr.
Right.
It's John Tanji. It's Nick Boyd. Now,
Right.
Nick Boyd, this guy is on an absolute tear right now. He just got his 16th game of 20 or more points in the ball game yesterday. 29-4-3 for Nick Boyd. John Blackwell, man, just great that he came back, of course. 24-2-4 for John Blackwell. Nolan Winter, a quiet little double-double with 10 and 11. They put up 51 points in the first half. They couldn't miss, Jack, and you brought it up. Their ball movement, they're looking silky right now in mid-February.
And that's the reason, Nick Boyd, like you said, he's so easily able to control the dribble and get off his first defender and beat that first defender. And I think that's what I noticed most on this offense is the bigs couldn't switch with quick feet enough to get in front of him. We were able to move the ball, kick it out. Our bigs were able to make one or two quick passes. I didn't even see dribbles. And we were able to knock down threes to the tune of 45 points off threes.
It was incredible from Nick Boyd, from John Blackwell, Andrew Rohde, a couple of shots up too. I am telling you that Nolan Winter just feels like he is the most important player on this team every day, just getting rebounds left and right. You saw Braden Carrington come knock down a couple of shots. This win right now has me feeling really good about this Wisconsin Badgers team. They've now taken down 2 teams on the road in the top 10, where you had obviously the Illinois game most recently, and Michigan, which is they are 23-1. That one is the Wisconsin Badgers, and now taking down Sparty and Michigan State, and they now fall to 20-5, 18-7 right now for the Badgers. They might be the best 7-loss team in the country.
They might be the most dangerous mid-ranked seed in the tournament when they get ranked. An 8 or 7 seed, they might be dangerous at that position.
I really need to see them get off that 8-9 line. Okay. I in my mind, I don't want them to have to go up against one of the top teams in the country right away. They're going to, if they are an 8-9, if they get past that 9 or 8 game wherever they might fall. But if they got to a 7 spot, I'd feel a little bit better about the team, I think, even if they fell down to a 10. But I think with that win yesterday, they pretty much punched their ticket to the tournament. I can't imagine they're not going to be playing in March now, regardless of a run or not in the Big Ten championship game. And it is really, like you brought up, a testament to Greg Gard and how his teams just get better down the stretch. Every year, it feels like at some point you're giving up on the Badgers, and then they figure it out. You know, it happened last year with the Tanji team. It happened 2 years ago with AJ Storr on the roster, and now it's happening with Nick Boyd and John Blackwell. I think this Badger team is seriously consider like they could be a Sweet 16 team. That team can get out of the first weekend right now.
I've thought that all year. I've thought it's more chances of happening now after this February that they've had. I think they, you're afraid of an 8 seed, you say. I think if they play this way in the Big Ten tournament, there's no way they're not a 5 seed.
Really?
Yeah. I think how can
does that scare you at all? Because whenever that 5-12's like the worst matchup ever.
I think I trust the Badgers to get it done. We're getting healthy at the right time. Our bigs are healthy. Like you said, Winters is pretty much the most important piece offensively and defensively on this team.
Just getting a board. Yeah. I like Boyd and Blackwell 100%. Like Nick Boyd is a bucket. And I asked Brian Butch yesterday, who joined the Mason Crosby show, about is Nick Boyd more important this year to this Badgers team versus John Tanji last year to the Badger team? And he kind of shot it down, saying, well, in the stretch, like down the stretch in the game, they go to Blackwell. They don't really go to Boyd as much. That should change if that's the case, because I know they close out games well. And last year, John Tanji was unbelievable for this Badger team. But Nick Boyd right now, he's got more 20-point games already than John Tanji this year.
To me, he's more of an overall basketball player. I think he's better than Tanji is. And I think we'll see that in this tournament.
It's coming down to it. Nick Boyd, 20.5 points a game now. Nolan Winter up to 9 rebounds a game. Nick Boyd also leads the team in assists right now. John Blackwell, however, on the defensive side, 20.6 points a game for Nick Boyd, 19 points a game for John Blackwell. I can't imagine they've had that since like a Decker Kaminsky type era of college basketball for the Wisconsin Badgers. 2 players averaging over 19 points a game. I don't remember it happening anytime recently.
I was also thinking before the show, I haven't seen us put up 90-point games like this in forever.
It used to be, my dad used to always say, right, it was first team to 60 in a Badger game.
Whoever would get over 65.
It was always 60. And then the shot clock went down 5 seconds, and then he moved it to 65. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Badgers are going to put up 70 points easily every night. Yesterday, 92, they took the foot off the gas a little bit. In the second half, they were unconscious in the first half. They're now back-to-back games scoring 92 points. They needed overtime to do it against Illinois, but this was a tough stretch of their schedule, and they made light work of it. And now on top of that, they have they have more coming up here. They got Ohio State on Tuesday, Iowa next Sunday, Oregon, Washington, Maryland, and they'll finish with Purdue. I mean, this team, they can win all those games. They can absolutely win all those games. And they're getting hot at the right time. They've kind of had a little bit of a roller coaster over this stretch. They get screwed over against Indiana. They blow the game against USC, but this is a top 25 team. 100% it's a top 25 team, Jack.
They've passed the litmus test of very tough, like the Big Ten. If we're not kidding anyone, the Big Ten's probably the most difficult conference in the NCAA right now. And that's why I feel like even if we don't get a great seed, those away games where we've beat a number 1 seed or a top 3 seed, in terms of tournament ranking in Michigan, I think we can go and body up against an SEC, an ACC,
Looking at the Big Ten right now, it is Wisconsin Sports Weekend. Tommy Wirtz in for Charlie Usen today. Jack Pembroke along for the ride too. Michigan at the top, 23-1. Like we said, Badgers are that one already. Illinois now is 20-5. They are 11-3 in the conference. Purdue and Nebraska are at 3-4, where they are 10-3 and also both have 20 wins on the year. The Badgers now 10-4 in conference play, jump ahead of Michigan State, despite 18-7. Michigan State 20-5. I mean, that's 6 teams right there that are they're stacked right now. And I really believe that today I could take the Big Ten versus the field. Now the Big 12 is also interesting, right?
Kansas is a very good team.
You have Kansas, of course, Arizona,
Iowa State,
Houston, Texas Tech. They spent a lot of money. They're going to be around there, and Dabansa and BYU, they're not going to go away easy as well. But I think, Jack, very fair to say, it's either the Big 10 or the Big 12 right now.
Yeah. I all year I've said, put your money at Potawatomi on Houston and Iowa State going beyond the Elite 8. I love how efficient both those teams are on defense and offense. They return a lot of players. They've got some health. They also have a guy from Milwaukee in Iowa State who can really shoot the ball. It doesn't seem like the ACC is so top heavy with 1 or 2 teams. And I just don't like the youth at Duke. So it's really the Big 12 and the Big 10 scare me the most.
Did you see Matt LaFleur speaking after the game to the Badgers?
No, I did not.
I don't mean to totally derail all the happiness and good vibes, but take a listen to after the game, after the big win over Michigan State. Matt LaFleur speaking to the Wisconsin Badgers basketball team.
Every time you step on that court, you play like that. You be tough, a really tough team to beat. But that was fun to watch. Keep it rolling now, one day at a time. We'll stack this.
Oh yeah, he really knows what he's talking about. Just tough. Keep it rolling. It was fun game to watch. Maybe I'm just nitpicky, but it was definitely it felt a little stuttered and just incomplete when talking about it. I mean, Matt LaFleur. Just worry about the Packers right now, man. I mean, congrats on the Wisconsin Badgers for a big win. And right now, bracketology, like I said, having them at 8 or 9, looking at it right now. Jack, how dependent now, if they make a run in this Big Ten championship game, like you said, do you think 5 is about where they can peak out? 4, maybe if they want it. If they want it.
Yeah, if we want it, 4.
Okay. All right. I'd be down with that. I just don't want to look too far ahead because every time I really get in on this Badger team, then they come back down to earth. It feels like
it's best to give the Badgers 1 game at a time. You don't want to get ahead of ourselves. It's not March yet.
Not March yet. Next game is Tuesday on the 17th. That is the Wisconsin Badgers going up against the Ohio State Buckeyes. Ohio State right now in the Big Ten, 16-8, 8-6 in conference play. Badgers will likely be favorites in that one. They covered yesterday. Obviously, they were underdogs. And Greg Gard, nothing to be ashamed about. Greg Gard also, I think he gets a lot of unnecessary hate. And especially with the University of Wisconsin going into the transfer portal and talking about how terrible they've been at it with football, Jack, right?
If only we could copy Greg Gard's success on the football field with, just let's start with offensive linemen, right? Our team would be a lot better. We almost would be like, a team that used to have running backs that could run.
Well, or if you're going to spend money on the quarterback now, Colton Joseph is the guy. I was talking about this with my brother yesterday saying, what is the signing or the take that you were just the most wrong on? And we were trying to think of all these player contracts and all these different sports in Wisconsin in the Wisconsin state of Wisconsin to say was it Martellus Bennett was one that popped up.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Jesse Winker was one that popped up. I mean, the answer is Luke Fickell now. The answer is Luke Fickell. Everyone was wrong about how the success would be in Wisconsin with Luke Fickell. All while that's going on, Greg Gard, who had to take over for one of the most storied coaches in this state's history in Bo Ryan, now basketball Hall of Famer. Like, he has 18 top 10 wins.
Hasn't skipped a beat. Do you ever feel like with Fickle, we pulled a Rich Rodriguez when Michigan did that with West Virginia? We brought in like a spread, offense, and we're like, oh, we're going to get sexy in the Big Ten and be fast.
It's just like, it should have worked so much easier. It really should have.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe you did go away from the roots too much, but you know who just did that? Indiana just like did everything different, and it worked out, and they won a national championship in 2 years.
Yeah, but Signetti's a killer.
Yeah. He's a dog.
I've never heard Fickle say, hey, Google me, I win,
Well, right. You wouldn't want to Google him right now because he loses. Like, don't Google me, please. Look me up on Bing, actually.
The yellow pages.
Right.
Please look me up on
No
that.
one needs to see what my record is on Google right now.
Bing.
But I got to give credit to Greg Gard. I know he's a very polarizing coach. It feels like I am team Greg Gard because he does this every year.
With C+ recruits, according to ESPN rankings, he gets 2.5 3-star guys.
Yeah,
and
gets one guy in his, like I said, it's Nick Boyd, it's AJ Storr, it's John Tanji. They bring in one guy, spend a little bit of money, and you got to produce if you're going to be that one guy.
Marquette could copy them maybe and be successful.
Yeah, and Shaka, dude. Oh my gosh. The Big East right now.
Oh, it's brutal. My parents went to Marquette.
Marquette is 9-16. They are 4-10 in the Big East right now. You'll see UConn in the tournament. You'll see St. John's, Villanova, Seton Hall. Probably, maybe they might be a bubble team right now because they're 17-8.
I think UConn's dangerous though.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
As long as Hurley's at the helm, they're going to be dangerous, right? I don't think that's any surprise. But Marquette just falling off the face of the earth right now. I don't think we're seeing them
marching anywhere in March.
No, they're no shot. UW Green Bay, though, if they win the Horizon League,
they're in.
It gets interesting.
Okay.
They're 15-12. They're 10-6, which is third right now in the Horizon League. Just a game and a half rather behind Wright State, and a half game behind Oakland. They got Doug Gottlieb's got the boys playing right now. No one would have predicted that UW Green Bay has more wins than Marquette on Valentine's Day of 2026.
Good for Doug Gottlieb.
Good for him, right? Shout out to him. I don't know if you saw UWM. They played LSU yesterday in baseball, and they had a shot, man. They were up 5-2 in the fifth, and then they gave up 4 runs and then blew it from there.
LSU is a
it was LSU,
program,
right?
man.
It was LSU. But congrats to the Wisconsin Badgers. Congrats to Greg Gard. Keep it rolling right now. Keep getting hot right at this time. Yesterday felt like that was the best win of the season, just from a dominance standpoint. I guess the Michigan win is the best win by resume standard, but yesterday felt like, wow, this team can hang with anyone in the country.
It would be perfect if the Badgers could give us something to look forward to as we enter spring, because the Bucks, I don't think, are going to do it for us late in this year. And let's just ride the Badgers, right?
Let's just ride the Badgers right now. Let's talk a little Bucks basketball. Tanking in the NBA. I think that's a topic that we both can get interested in. If you want to join the show at any point today, 414-677-1250. It's the Nicolay Law talk and text line. Jack and I, we're taking calls all day today, baby. All right. Coming up as well, more talk about the NFL schedule and some more international games and moving around days now here. Like, you got to clear your Wednesdays now to be an NFL fan. Luis Rengifo's a Brewer, and some other sound from spring training, and Todd Rosiak. Of course, we got the Warlocks Locks NBA All-Star Game edition coming up today, and the pub crawl will take us home. It's Wisconsin Sports Weekend, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. We are presented by Apollo Cafe, Milwaukee's Greek superstar of flavor on historic Brady Street, celebrating 25 years in Milwaukee. Welcome back to Wisconsin Sports Weekend. Tommy Wirtz in for Big Chuck, Charlie Usen. Of course, Jack Pembroke still here. Jack, happy Saturday, my man.
Happy Saturday.
There you
Glad to
go.
be
There you
here.
go. You doing anything for Valentine's Day today, big guy?
Just my mom's in town up at the lake, so I'm going up to just celebrate the belated birthday.
Nice. It is kind of in between both our birthdays, right?
Yeah, I know.
It was
Happy early birthday.
Yes,
to
happy
you.
late birthday to you. Yours was 2 days ago? Yes.
February 11th.
11th. Yeah, that's 3 days ago. All right, nice. And then mine being on Monday. Mitch Nellis was just on February 2nd. Like, it's so weird. We got a lot of February birthdays here. And I think Sparky's kid is in this month too. Like, a lot of February going on.
Shout out Thunder.
Just a lot of love babies all around over here. It is Wisconsin Sports Weekend. We are presented by Apollo Cafe, Milwaukee's Greek superstar of flavor on historic Brady Street. And the NBA coming up. We're going to have all-star game picks for the Warlocks Locks coming up at 10:20. Jack, do you care about the NBA all-star game literally at all?
Other than this is our job and we love sports, it's not on my top list of all-star games.
It used to be the best one.
I remember I was a kid in the 90s, man.
Yeah.
I lived in Lake Forest, Illinois when the Bulls were good.
Now,
okay?
I will also say that MLB used to be even better too.
Oh, man.
And the home run derby was great. And I liked the game being meaningful later down the road.
Hey,
I know some people think it's stupid that a random all-star game could determine home field advantage of the World Series, but that's dumb baseball rules. Like, the baseball has so many dumb rules that are awesome and make it perfect for baseball.
It's really random, and it's like, someone like a toddler came up with the rules. It's like, okay, this game in the middle of the season will determine
it was
everything.
1884.
Yeah,
and they were like, why not?
Yeah,
like, why don't we just
makes
make
sense.
it? How about this random game that doesn't mean anything means everything at the end of the year? Like, that was like, will every team benefit from this win? No, absolutely not. Just the two best ones. It's going to be a great time though. We're all going to have fun, and it at least motivated a little bit. The NBA All-Star game. I'm actually terrified for it this year because I think this game is going to blow up in their face. I don't like the idea. So they have the Stars and the Stripes.
Oh my God.
And the World. That's the three teams.
Okay.
They have a round robin 3-team Stars, Stripes, and World. Stars are going to play World, and then Stripes are going to play the winner of game 1, I believe. And then the World is going to play the Stripes or something after that. Like, it's a round robin. Okay. It is a 1 quarter. It's 1 quarter games. So it's like it's an NBA game, 4 12-minute quarters, and each quarter is an individual game.
This has very try-hard energy.
Like, this just they were like, hey, we loved what hockey did with the with the World what was it called, 4 Nations, and that was awesome, right? But that's just hockey guys being awesome. They were like, we're gonna take that idea, but we're gonna make it our own, and you made it worse.
Go back to the rookie all-stars versus the World or Europe or Africa, and then go back to. See, they ruined it when they started letting 2 of the top players pick teams. That's when it got weird.
Yeah. Did you watch any of the celebrity game yesterday?
I saw clips. And, gosh, as someone who can hoop, it makes me so happy. Sharmia cannot hoop.
Yeah,
he's so bad.
Yeah, he did not look great. Giannis coaching him as well. Taco Fall was in this game. Felt so random. Like, he's a former NBA basketball player, and he's in the celebrity game. And how old do you think he is? Like, there's no way Taco
25.
Fall. Yeah, there's no way he's 30, right?
No, 25.
Oh, he's 30 on the dot.
Oh, wow.
On the dot. I actually would have guessed he was way older, or
really?
Way younger, rather. Yeah. I did not think he was going to be at 30 years old. But his last season in the NBA was 21-22, in which he averaged 1.1 points a game.
Hey, he was a crowd favorite.
Oh, yeah. I mean, why not? The rosters for this All-Star game, the U.S. Stars is Scotty Barnes, Devin Booker, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, Anthony Edwards, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Johnson, Tyrese Maxey. Okay.
Ooh, I like that squad.
That's the stars. The stripes is Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Kevin Durant, De'Aaron Fox, Brandon Ingram, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Donovan Mitchell, Steph Curry.
The only two really good names I think are actually like, oh, he's not even healthy, Steph Curry, but I like De'Aaron Fox. But I just think the first team has some more firepower.
The world team is going to wipe the floor with all of them.
Let's see.
Denny Avdia, who is having a ridiculous season, if you don't know right now. He's averaging 25, 7, and 6 this year for the Blazers. Luka, but I don't know if he's going to play. SGA, I don't know if he's going to play. Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Norman Powell, Alperen Şengün, Pascal Siakam, Kat, Victor Wembanyama, of course, Giannis being a part of that team too. Their team's stacked, and I think they're going to win this. If they're trying their hardest, I would go with the world team.
Yeah, but isn't Giannis, resting?
Yeah, Giannis won't be playing, but he's a part of the team. I believe it was Norman Powell who replaced him, who, again, you're like, Norman Powell's an all-star. He's averaging 23 a night. I mean, I guess that's sufficient for all-star game standards.
Better than, a certain Sanders quarterback's numbers that got him into a Pro Bowl.
Don't even, you know what, NBA? You can't be worse than the NFL.
Right.
Congrats. You did make it that far.
It's a low bar.
That is the bar. You will not be lower than the NFL as far as all-star game weekends go or whatever Pro Bowl. It was on a Tuesday this year. Like, this should just prove that you don't care about showcasing in the Pro Bowl at all.
I hate to have Uncle Energy on this show, but in my day, the all-star game meant something and the players actually gave a crap about playing in it. And I just feel like the NBA is more about selling shoes, tying ties with music industry and fashion industry, and like the who's who of who's there at the game.
What was the biggest story so far in the NBA this year?
Jeez, is it sad that?
I mean, no, I'm just saying, like, I forget who I was talking to now. Maybe it was Chuck, but they do a terrible job at creating storylines that aren't surrounding trade rumors.
I've never thought of it that way, but you're right. At the NFL, every day you wake up, whether it's fantasy football,
there's a chase for a record. Like, you're looking ahead at like JSN. Is he going to hit that number? Matthew Stafford winning an MVP, being as old as he is.
Multiple storylines. Yeah.
There's so much better at storytelling in the NBA. Baseball is the best at it. They gave Aaron Judge a fake home run record like the entire year. Cal Raleigh all season, most homers by a catcher, right? I mean, they do a fantastic job. Look at what Paul Skeens did, Tarek Skubal, like anyone who's getting awards. And the Milwaukee Brewers were a great story last year. You had the 97 win team. The NBA, their biggest stories are, where is Giannis going to go play? Yeah. Where did James Harden force himself this time?
It's the old ESPN. Where's Brett Favre going?
Now tanking. Yeah, tanking seems to be the new biggest storyline. The Utah Jazz getting fined during this, like $500,000.
Yeah, I was going to say $500,000.
What's that going to do for an NBA team?
That's like a drop in the bucket.
Literally, Thanasis could pay that.
Yeah,
that should
Bronny James could pay that.
Bronny's contract.
It would hurt.
Yeah.
But
that would be all of Bronny's contract probably. But exactly. It doesn't do much. Now, tanking itself in the NBA, it seems like it makes the least amount of sense, right? Because you got the lottery situation.
Look, those ping pong balls never seemed. It's always a storyline. Like, look, the Dallas Mavericks got it with one of the lowest % chances of getting it, seemingly after they lose Luka. Like, come on, that's where they lose the people, because it's all conspiracy theories now, and it's like, why am I even watching this? Because it's glorified wrestling.
Well, and the Milwaukee Bucks. It's Wisconsin Sports Weekend. Tommy Wirtz here, Jack Pembroke as well. We are presented by Apollo Cafe, Milwaukee's Greek superstar flavor, 25 years now on historic Brady Street. The Milwaukee Bucks, they might suck at tanking. They just can't tank. They don't want to. And we have had two of the more fun Bucks games we've had all season.
Without
the last
Giannis.
2 games, and Giannis was not on the court. Right. Ousmane Dieng and Cam Thomas both being added to this team. Dieng obviously at the deadline. Cam Thomas was just released, which everyone in that moment was like, why did they do that?
He's a scorer, man.
He's a bucket. Cam Thomas is a bucket.
How many people do you know that can drop 25 points off a bench without even warming up?
Yeah, I mean, he just dropped 34 in his first game ever with the Bucks too.
Gave us 12 the second night.
And Ousmane Dieng, like that guy's got a little something. The Bucks get younger, and he's got a nice jumper. He can get to the rack. I'm curious to see how this team operates when Giannis is on the court.
Sure, when he comes back.
That's going to be the real question. But as of right now, the Milwaukee Bucks, like, they should be tanking, and they aren't right now. They're 23-30. If you look at the NBA standings
We're in the
now,
9th seed right now.
they are just out of the play-in rather. They are the 12 seed right now, but a game and a half back of the 10 seed. And if you go to the 9 seed, they are 2 games back right now. They can find their way into that position. The Hornets and the Hawks are at 9 and 10 for those respective seeds. I don't know if they can find their way up to the 7 seed. Like, they'd have to make up 5 games. So
they're
I think
play a playing game.
they're gonna be in the play-in, right? But if they can get up to that 9 seed and 8 seed, or 7 is in, right? It's the first 6 that go. So it's 6.5 games to get that 6 seed. No way they're gonna do that. No way.
No.
But it could be interesting, Jack, to see this Milwaukee Bucks team make a run for the plan. If you are a fan, which I know you are, of the Milwaukee Bucks, you want to see them lose. You want to see them get to the plan.
I've never been a fan of any sport of rooting for tanking. I kind of love our European brethren that have relegation, so they keep you from tanking. It's like, well, you suck, so you have to go down to a lower division, but then you don't have draft picks. But I'd like to see what we can do with the players that are on the court right now to keep Giannis interested, because that's where I'm at.
Well,
right
and
now.
that's the win, right? Like,
Exactly.
The win is Giannis signs an extension,
Right.
And we got to wait till next year in October for him to do that. If he makes it through one more round of trade rumors, which is going to happen this summer again. If you thought it was bad this year, it's going to get worse in the summer, because they gotta try to push this narrative of him getting out of Milwaukee.
We got to keep our faith. Just keep our Milwaukee faith in Giannis. And I think it doesn't hurt to have guys showing Giannis that they have the ability to drop 30 at the drop of a hat.
I'm wondering if they're going to be as good when he comes back.
That's always the question, Tommy.
The team looks so like fluid right now with those. And who's the only guy, and we knew this and we've been talking about it. Anytime Kyle Kuzma touches the ball, I just want him to get rid of it. Also, like I can't do it. He just he sucks all the fun out of the game. It feels like I'd rather just see Ousmane and Cam Thomas the entire time. Just take every shot.
I'm not against it. I mean, I've never been a huge Kyle Kuzma guy, but he more rather than lately, he's surprised me. You know what I mean? But I'm more interested in seeing our young players achieve what they're doing right now. But you asked the right question.
Are you a Ryan Rollins guy?
I like him.
You do?
I do like him.
I
think he's just a scorer, though. I don't think he gives you much on defense, and I think that's why you see guys.
I think
like
he's
Cam
fine on defense. I want him to be the 6th man. I don't want him in the rotation.
Right. You don't want him to be
start.
Yeah.
I just think he gets like a little Bradley Beal syndrome in him when he's starting.
Starts up shooting.
He's just playing well for a crap team at the time. I don't know if I truly buy in all the way on him. He might be a little overrated. I like him to be a part of the rotation, but I don't really want to see him as much playing.
To me, KPJ is a better positional player at that same position.
Well, and I wonder what they're going to do if they might do a Cam Thomas, Ryan Rollins come off the bench together situation. They're going to put one of them in the starting lineup. I want Ousmane to start. I think that when Giannis comes back, Ousmane's still going to start, and then they'll have this freak athletic Miles Turner, Giannis, Ousmane lineup going on. I think they'd maybe get a rebound then. That's the other thing they've been doing really well lately is they sucked at rebounding this entire time. Now they seem to have figured it out. Bucks next game, Friday, February 20th. So about a week from yesterday, then they'll be in New Orleans taking on the Pelicans.
Got to be able to get that win.
Got to get that one, right? It is Wisconsin Sports Weekend. Tommy Wirtz in for Charlie Usen, Jack Pembroke here as well. Coming up, more Wisconsin Sports Weekend on the other side. Just maybe a little ranting about the NFL scheduling. Maybe you guys are pros and you like this coming up. I don't know if I do. I don't know if I'm there yet. It's Wisconsin Sports Weekend, presented by Apollo Cafe, Milwaukee's Greek superstar of flavor on historic Brady Street, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Welcome back, Wisconsin Sports Weekend. Tommy Wirtz in for Charlie Usen, Jack Pembroke here as well. I used to love working these Saturday mornings, man.
They're fun, man.
Yeah, it was always a good time.
We miss you. Anytime you want to come back.
Yeah, I've just been like getting so used to not having to work on the weekend. But Big Chuck filled in for me on Wednesday. So made sense to obviously repay the favor, and he's Big Shot boyfriend, so I wonder, I don't know.
Beth.
Yeah. Oh, Beth's great.
She's still mad at you about the, your other girlfriend's fantasy football team.
Oh,
comment.
Yeah. That one, she did not like that.
She's a fan of you, but she's like, I'm still mad about that.
That was very funny to me.
It was hilarious to me.
I didn't mean to throw Big Chuck under the bus that hard.
He smiled.
But yeah, where was it? That was at the Brat Stop, right?
Yep, Brat Ball.
Yeah, that was awesome to see Chuck and Charlie out there, and it was good. I mean,
dude, it was hilarious.
I'm gonna make the joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Beth knows she's great. I love Beth, and she's hilarious too. Wisconsin Sports Weekend presented by Apollo Cafe, Milwaukee's Greek superstar of flavor. 25 years on historic Brady Street. The NFL scheduling, they are confirming that it sounds like they're going to play a Wednesday game to kick off the NFL season because of their Friday or first ever game in Melbourne, Australia being a part of this. However, I don't know if that's going to be the first game of the year because usually the Super Bowl champion from the year before is game one, right? So the Seahawks are not a part of that Australia game. That's between the Rams and the 49ers. It's a 16-hour difference in time zone. So that's why they can't play that game on a Sunday with the turnaround and the jet lag. And so they're starting it like a whole week early. So it will lead to probably being the Seahawks playing on a Wednesday. I love football and it's standalone. So that helps itself out. But this is getting crazy now here where it's every day of the week. It's just like, I have to watch. I am addicted to football.
You're going to have Peacock doing Tuesday night show, Tuesday night football.
Yeah. I saw a list and maybe I'll get to it after this. But the NFL, they're continuing to just expand their international game schedules, right? They're going to have 9 regular season international games. They're going to have one in Munich. They're going to have one in Paris. They're going to have 3 in London. They're going to have one in Brazil again, Mexico City again, and Spain as well. They're going to Madrid this year.
You think we'll get an expansion in Europe? Like, I think Munich, it's got to be Germany, and then maybe London gets a team.
Well, London's going to get one before Germany. I mean, if they do, but just bring back NFL Europe. Get a developmental league out there.
The names are great too.
The XFL and the UFL, if that's lasting around, like why can't they open up a European league?
Merge.
Yeah, over there. Send them over there. Get some sort of developmental league. They already have the international pathway programs where you get a roster spot.
Joe Thomas coached in Munich.
Yeah. So I think it's got to be something they'll consider. And I would also argue it's going to be Roger Goodell's legacy. Right. I mean, he is the guy who's growing the game internationally. They weren't doing this before he got involved as commissioner. And now 9 international games in which they're going to find themselves in 7 different countries this year.
I never thought we'd see 9 international games.
So many. And it's not the Jaguars playing in all of them. Right. Like that's the other Jaguars. Just send them over to London whenever they decide to go off there. Do you guys care about this NFL schedule at all? 414-677-1250. When I was in college, I used to not like the London games because it's like, I get up at, I don't want to get up at
6:30 in the morning
to go watch this game. Like I want to sleep in a little on a Sunday. Now that I'm getting up by 8:00 every day already, I kind of like it, but I hate it for a different reason where, again, I'm like addicted to football. So my entire day is gone. I mean, it's 8 a.m. to 10:30 p.m.
Your whole 24 hours is just football.
I took 40 steps all day. I rotted on my couch or in my chair, or in my bed, wherever. And I probably ate like garbage the entire day.
Chips, dip, salsa.
It's a whole ordeal that I just don't get behind all the way. But I do it every time. Like I'm complaining
like
about
every other
something
American.
I'm gonna do the entire time. It'll be interesting to see what goes down. Real quick, Jack. The broadcaster booths. I saw like a fun little ranking that they've done, or at least rank them. Aikman and Buck, Tirico and Collinsworth, Burkhart and Brady, and then the last one was now I can't remember it off the top of my head. What did I do? I did ESPN, Fox. Oh, and Romo Nance. That was the last one. Who's your favorite booth?
Now here's a guy.
No. Or Chris Collinsworth there. Yeah.
I don't look, a lot of the choices we have, it's always one guy is half decent and the other guy is just a comic, right? And I feel like a lot of the times I mute, I just rather
you're a mute guy.
Because it's just gotten to the point where I'm just like, can we just talk about someone else than Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah. And you know what? That's interesting you say that, because I think Mike Tirico might be the best in the game right now. Like, that guy's a beast.
He's solid.
He's a beast, man. He's going all over the place. He just did the Super Bowl, and he did. Now he's doing Milan over there. I think Mike Tirico might be the best play-by-play in the game right now.
I don't mind Brady, but it's sometimes he goes off on a tangent and I lose him. But he's pretty knowledgeable.
414-677-1250. That is the Nick Law talking text line. Your favorite broadcast booth in the NFL right now. Send that in. I'm telling you, I think mine is. I love that they did like a top four. They didn't even count Herb Street and Al Michaels. Like they are fifth. I mean, and maybe Herb Street gets a bad rap, but Al Michaels, a legend of the game.
Love him.
Gotta hang him up. He's coming back again for another year.
Sometimes it's dead air.
I imagine that if I'm 80 years old and still working in this industry, I made it way ahead of the game. Not even just working, like alive at 80 years old. I'll be pretty stoked for that. And Al Michaels working still during all of this. Congrats to him. But yeah, he would be fifth. I think I would go Tirico, Collinsworth 1. Then I go Burkhart. Then I go Burkhart, Brady. Then I go ESPN. Then I go CBS.
Exactly. I think my sentiment is those first two, definitely.
Dude, Tirico, I've grown to respect that man quite a bit. I used to be Kevin Harlan stan, and I mean still am. Kevin Harlan's probably still my GOAT right now, a Milwaukee guy as well, with his ties and his ability to call college basketball, and professional football. I think he's like that.
Great voice.
But I'll give some credit to Mike Tirico as well, as that the hardest working man in the biz right now. Hour number one, just like that, comes and goes. We got one more hour left. We got a lot of sound to play for you on the other side. Brewers spring training. Todd Rosiak's been hooking it up on Twitter. Make sure you go follow him at Todd_Rosiak on Twitter, or X, whatever you like to call it, because we got a ton of sound to play from you guys from the first couple of days from Arizona. Wisconsin Sports Weekend from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, presented by Apollo Cafe, Milwaukee's Greek superstar flavor.
Hit the shower. Grab your coffee. And get ready to attack the weekend with Charlie Usen and Jack Pembroke as they catch you up on everything Wisconsin sports you may have missed this past week. All before you even finish your breakfast. It's Wisconsin Sports Weekend, brought to you by the Apollo Cafe on Brady Street. 25 years of Greek tradition. Enjoy gyros, souvlaki, fresh salads, and the legendary Zeus burger. Dine in, take out, or get it delivered. Apollo Cafe, Milwaukee's Greek superstar of flavor, on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Our number 2 Wisconsin Sports Weekend, served up by the Apollo Cafe, Milwaukee's Greek superstar of flavor, on historic Brady Street, celebrating 25 years now on Brady Street. Tommy Wirtz in for Charlie Usen, Jack Pembroke along as well. What a quick hour, Jack.
It's nice when it goes by quickly on a weekend.
Dude. Jack, we avoided talking Brewers baseball in that first segment, not really on purpose. I'm actually relatively excited for this team, and I'm super excited to get back to working on it the entire time. Your first initial thoughts on some Brewers baseball this offseason? Now Luis Rengifo coming over as well, being signed in free agency.
To me, it's a direct response to what happened in the Dodgers series. We didn't have the greatest pitching. Obviously, our bats weren't hot either, but we've really shored up some pitchers for the future. We've got some horses in the barn.
A lot of team control now. Plus, they had a lot of good sound coming over the last couple of days. Todd Rosiak covers the Milwaukee Brewers for the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, along with Kurt Hogue as well. Does a fantastic job, and he's already down there in Arizona. Third base has kind of been the biggest topic right now for the Milwaukee Brewers currently, and a lot of people curious as to who is going to play third base for the Milwaukee Brewers. About an hour ago, Joey Ortiz talking with Todd Rosiak in Arizona at spring training. Let's get his piece on some of the offseason, sporting a new look as well with a beard.
Is the beard a nod to anything, or was it just kind of changing up a little bit?
Just changing it up. Wanted to try it. I don't think I've ever done it for any of my baseball seasons, so just wanted to try it.
Is it going to stick, do you think? Does the wife like it?
The wife does not like it,
Uh-oh.
but it'll probably stick. As long as it's got hits in it, it'll stick.
Well, I mean, that was one of the questions I was going to ask is, after last season, in the final analysis, when you kind of went back and looked at, the season as a whole, what did you come away with from what happened and what you went through from start to finish?
That my swing needed a lot of work mechanically, what it was. And I think mentally it was just having the confidence in myself, really. But I mean, it's just the usual baseball stuff. I mean, you're not going to be an all-star for 10 years in a row. There's going to be ups and downs and struggles. And this offseason, I feel like was important for me to get my confidence back up, get my my swing mechanically right, and I'm feeling like I'm in a good position right now.
Because it's hard. I mean, you can make adjustments and tweaks in season, but it's hard to do that, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And is that kind of what you experienced last year? Is just like, because I know you tried different things, moving your hands, changing the stance a little bit, but until you get comfortable with it, which is probably an off-season project, it's hard to implement it and make it work, right?
For sure. I mean, trying to do something new every day and then go out and hit big league pitching is not ideal, but I think that was also important too for me to struggle like that, because now I know that you just got to be confident in what you have that day and just go attack the day with what you got.
And have you settled on something in the off season now, like that you feel is going to work and has you in a good place at this point?
Yeah, I feel good right now. I feel like I figured out what I needed, to work on and what I needed to lock in. And, now it's just, hone it in, get it right, and be ready for games.
When you look back at the way last year went, baseball is all about, it's the mental side, and it's about confidence. And you mentioned the word confidence. How much did you struggle with your confidence? Because you're human. I mean, it happens.
For
You know,
sure.
like how hard was it to go through what you went through?
It was pretty hard, honestly. I think I'm pretty hard on myself, and I know I'm way better than what the way I played last year. And I think that was the most important thing, is to have the confidence to go out and compete every day. And if you don't have that, then you're already losing the battle before you step on the field. But I think last year I was always confident in myself. It was just more mechanics and trying to fight, myself physically than it was mentally. And I think this year I'm feeling pretty strong in both, which is good. So yeah, I'm excited.
Good. A lot of changes here in the last couple of weeks with this team. Everybody's wondering who's going to play third base. Things change day to day, week to week. Murph said yesterday the plan right now is, keeping you at shortstop. You're the shortstop. I don't know if you've had those conversations too, but like, is that kind of what you're going into camp thinking? Like, I'm going to be sticking at shortstop for the time being until they tell me different?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always open for anything. As far as I'm concerned, it's play wherever they have me in the lineup. If they need me to play third, I'll play third. If they want me at short, I'm gonna, do the best I can, do the same thing that I know how to do. Play outfield, do whatever. I mean, I'm open to anything, ready for anything. I just want to do what the team needs to do, and I'm gonna give it my all wherever they put me. So
you get some good ABs, and I'm sure in World Baseball Classic, which is pretty cool. Team Mexico. Can you talk a little bit about what that means to you and how the process unfolded for you getting on the team?
Yeah, I mean, I had talked to the team early in the off season, and then didn't really find out too much till later. But I think when I found out, it was pretty cool. I mean, a lot of my family is from Mexico, and they're pretty excited for me to be able to go and represent my heritage and where my family comes from. So it's gonna be pretty cool. I mean, watching it on the TV, the past couple of years, and even before that, it's been an electric environment, it looks like. So it'll be cool to get that, like that playoff environment early, and get the baseball blood pumping and all that stuff. It'll be a fun experience.
There is Joey Ortiz speaking with Todd Rosiak earlier today. A rough year last year, Jack, for Joey Ortiz, but a guy I kind of have a soft spot for. We both have the same roots of Wilmer, Minnesota, going back playing for the Wilmer Stingers for him, working for the team as well for me. He can't be as bad as last year, right? But he's going to have a short leash, especially when you make moves, like for a Jet Williams and giving him an opportunity. But if Joey Ortiz can go back to 2024, Joey Ortiz, I mean, he's going to be a crucial part of this team because of what he does defensively and at the bottom of the lineup, Jack.
I think you need him to perform back to what we expect from him. And you're right. They're not just bringing in and making these moves because they feel good at these positions. It's because there's got to be action and consequences if people aren't playing up to par.
Couple of days ago, it is Wisconsin Sports Weekend. Tommy Wirtz here with you in for Charlie Usen, presented by Apollo Cafe, Milwaukee's Greek superstar of flavor, on historic Brady Street. We're talking Brewers baseball, a little bit of Brewers spring training action. The big move that happened recently, Caleb Durbin going to the Boston Red Sox. In return, one of those infielders coming over, David Hamilton, he spoke with Todd Rosiak at spring training.
Is it fair to say you were surprised by the trade?
For sure. Yeah, I didn't see it coming. I was actually about to drive to Fort Myers when they called me. So I'm glad they called me before I was just going to say that. Yeah.
What was your reaction? I mean, this is a franchise that you're very familiar with. Was there excitement?
Yeah, it's bittersweet, for sure. Red Sox are definitely a good organization, but I'm definitely excited to be back with the team that drafted me.
When you look back to the trade that sent you to Boston, some prominent names, JBJ was involved in there. You had a good experience with the Brewers up till that point, right? I mean, because you have seen yourself, if everything fell correctly, being a big leaguer that first time with the Brewers.
Yeah, I mean, that was my first year of pro ball. I got drafted in 19. I was hurt, but that was my first year, so I didn't really know what to expect. And then that offseason got traded, and I kind of still feel the same to this day. So I don't really know.
Is there any part, like when you come back here, does the familiarity help? Like, where to go, where the complex is and all that stuff. Does that make the trade a little bit easier to swallow?
Yeah,
in a way.
Yeah, it does. I was never in big league camp, so like this whole side, I was kind of still unfamiliar.
The clubhouse is different for you, but like the facility is pretty much.
I'm familiar with the area, the facility. Still know some of the
Flannies here,
the trainers.
Guys,
so. Yeah, it's nice to be back. Like I said, with the team that drafted me. Yeah.
The experience that you had with Boston, breaking into the big leagues and everything, you moved around a lot. I mean, what did you make of your time there? Positive?
Yeah, it was positive for sure. It's all a learning experience. Boston is, like I said, a great organization. I learned a lot from them, and hopefully I can, take that into this organization and help this team win.
There's obviously, as a factor of the trade, there's obviously a hole at third base on this roster.
Mm-hmm.
I know you've been there very, very little. You have all the confidence you'll be able to make that switch if that's what.
I mean, yeah, whatever they want me to do. If they tell me to go play center field, I know we got a good center fielder, so it's not what I'm saying, but yeah, whatever they want me to do, I'll do it.
And that's kind of been your calling in the majors, right? Is like you got to be ready all across the infield, basically. Exactly. And this is an organization that definitely values versatility. So you're going to get your opportunities. Mm-hmm. Have you had conversations yet with Murph or Matt or anything about what to expect this camp? Are you expecting to bounce around in the infield?
I talked to Murph briefly. He said we talk more, so I don't really know like all the details yet, but I'm excited to get going.
Murph mentioned yesterday, talked about sort of like the Brewers type of game they played last year. Smaller, faster, versatile guys. Pesky is the word he used. Yeah. And he said he thinks you fit that mold really, really well. Is that how you see yourself?
For sure. We went to Milwaukee when I was playing with the Red Sox, and all the guys on the team were like, dude, these guys are just like you said, like pesky, like they never give up, and I'm happy to be a part of that. And like you said, I do think that fits into my game.
There is David Hamilton speaking with Todd Rosiak. All the audio there courtesy of Todd Rosiak. Another man in the trade coming over, Shane Drohan. Before we get into his sound, Jack, when you saw the Caleb Durbin trade, your initial thoughts?
I actually wanted to reach out and text you and be like, hey, is this a good trade? Because I know you like Durbin too.
Yeah. I think that I don't understand why people were more upset that Caleb Durbin got traded than Freddie Peralta got traded. Yeah. Right. If that's where you're going to be at, if Freddie's trade, everyone was okay with, which maybe you weren't, I was fine with it. I thought they got a lot of good in return for him. The Caleb Durbin trade, I mean, they just throw in Mona and Siegler. Like they weren't going to be super big parts of this ball club. And I see David Hamilton more as the replacement for Andrew Monasterio, as opposed to being a guy that's going to be implemented every day in this Brewers lineup. And Caleb Durbin, while pesky was a word they used there with the Todd Rosiak sound, like that was Caleb Durbin's game, but the Brewers are going to find 11 more homers on their lineup this year without adding anyone. Churio is going to be healthier. Contreras is going to be healthier. If Bryce Terang's swing is the same swing he found in the second half of the year, I mean, they're going to find 11 homers. And they have the stolen base guy coming back in this trade with David Hamilton in that deal. They also have a ton on the farm that they are really curious as to what they have right now, I think.
I was going to say, anytime you make your farm system better, what are they ranked? Number 1 now
pretty
farm
close.
system.
Like
Yeah.
they're a top 5 farm in baseball for sure.
And then we just piled on at the pitching and bullpen positions for the next foreseeable 3 or 4 years.
Well, one of those guys coming over was Shane Rowan in the deal as well. Todd Rosiak caught up with him in Arizona.
So, what was your reaction when you found out you had been traded?
Obviously surprised. I was in like the middle of our physical when the pitching coach came in and was like, "Oh, they need to see you." So, but yeah, I just walked in and they let me know. We kind of just said both of our pieces, and that was pretty much it. Then it was figuring out getting here, and got in here yesterday. Came by here to kind of just see the facility, but yeah, ready to roll.
It's a whirlwind, isn't it? When you gotta
it's
change.
it's like a big fire drill.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of phone calls, a lot of texts, but I feel like I handled it pretty well.
Do you know anybody? Obviously, Harrison a little bit probably, but beyond that, are there any relationships that you had previously in the clubhouse or guys that you know?
Probably just Priester, because he was with Boston for a little bit. But other than that, no.
Okay.
Excited for the opportunity?
Very excited. Yeah. It's all we can really hope for is the opportunity, and wherever it is, I'm ready to take advantage of it.
I don't know how much homework you did in the time from when you got traded till the time you got here, but this is an organization that has a really good reputation with pitching, working with guys and bringing stuff out that maybe other organizations couldn't. Were you aware of that? And did you know about?
Yeah, to a certain extent. I had always kind of seen Milwaukee always kind of just really consistent, could throw the ball, no matter what their roster turnover looked like. I hadn't really dove into exactly their methods or philosophies. I'm sure I'll hear about it throughout this next week, but it was always something that you could just see, even if you really weren't looking for it. There's just a consistency with their starters, with their bullpens. Yeah.
And that's exciting as a pitcher, isn't it? When you hear that?
Yeah, very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have they told you, if anything, right now about what to expect in camp? Just start stretching out, and we'll see kind of how things fall,
Pretty
basically?
much. Yeah, pretty much. Nothing too specific yet. I'm sure we'll get into it as camp, plays out. But it's kind of just, get comfortable, be yourself, all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
How's the shoulder feeling?
Great. Yeah, it feels really good. Feels healthy and strong.
Health is a word that we talk about with pretty much everybody in here this time of year. For you, it's a key word, isn't it? Last couple of years, maybe a little bit of a struggle. How important is it for you to just hopefully be able to get a full healthy year?
Yeah, it's really important. Because coming up through the minors, I was kind of throwing a lot of innings, and then I kind of had this 2024, and then last year where we had some hiccups. So yeah, it's just sticking in the routine, all the shoulder and elbow and forearm work, just to kind of help the recovery process and bounce back well. But yeah, it's health is everything.
I know the overall philosophy is probably you want to pitch whenever called and do blah blah. But are there thoughts? Do you want to get back into starting?
Yeah, I think that's kind of just what I've done my whole life, so I'm comfortable there. But I don't have any, really lines in the sand with it. I want to be a big leaguer, so if that means pitching out of the bullpen, then that's what happens. I think with how the league has kind of evolved, a lot of guys who are established starters now actually broke into the big leagues coming out of the pen, and then kind of got their feet wet and established themselves, and then moved back to the rotation. So I could see that happening. If they want me to start from the jump, obviously I'm in. If they want me to come out of the bullpen, I'm in. But yeah, I just want to be a big leaguer and help the team win.
Brewers have kind of done that more than a lot of teams. You saw with Woody way back in the day was the reliever for the playoff run, Miz last year. So that's probably a pathway for you.
Yeah. I think it's just because everybody's so damn good now, and starting is a really hard thing to do. Turn over a lineup multiple times. So I think some teams are kind of let's just let the new guys kind of get comfortable pitching out of the pen and in the environments and everything, and then if it works out, it works out.
There's obviously plenty of video on you out, but in your words, when Shane Drohan is going well, like what are you doing?
I think I'm just attacking hitters pretty relentlessly. I'm mixing really well. I feel like I have a pretty deep arsenal with 5 pitches that I can attack both lefties and righties with all 5. And I think it's really that. It's just constantly being in the zone with those 5 pitches and then being out of the zone when I want to be out of the zone. But yeah.
There he is, Shane Drohan, speaking with Todd Rosiak. Again, go follow Todd on Twitter at Todd_Rosiak, ROSIAK. Some great stuff over there. He's going to be keeping you up to date all season long with the best Brewers coverage, Brewers Sound. We are in spring training, Jack. We are there. We are sniffing opening day. 41 days, I think.
I've been on the Brewers train since the Packers lost to Chicago.
Yeah, the Bucks didn't do much to help us out in between there. Should we get to some picks, Jack, on the other side?
Yeah, let's do it.
Some Warlocks Locks NBA All-Star Game edition coming up next year. Thanks to Todd Rosiak for hooking it up with some sound. Again, go to his Twitter at Todd_Rosiak if you want to catch up on some of the other ones. He's got Angel Serpa up there, Jesus Made as well being up. It's great stuff over there on X with Todd Rosiak. It's Wisconsin Sports Weekend. We are presented by Apollo Cafe, Milwaukee's Greek superstar of flavor on historic Brady Street, celebrating 25 years in Milwaukee. We are live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Wisconsin Sports Weekend, presented by Apollo Cafe, Milwaukee's Greek superstar of flavor on historic Brady Street, celebrating 25 years now in Milwaukee. Tommy Wirtz in for Charlie Usen. Jack Pembroke still here as usual. Some things remain constant on Saturdays. And we're getting into Warlocks Locks, and Jack, there's just not a whole lot of sports going on right now.
No, so we're going to just stick with the NBA.
The NBA All-Star Game. Betting odds today, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. You can go make all of these bets down over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. And if you're going to watch an event that might be as boring or dragging as an NBA All-Star Game weekend, what better place to go than the Potawatomi Sportsbook? At least, like, that place will be electric no matter what.
Put some skin in the game.
Yeah, bets are going to be flying. The food is fantastic. The most hospitable people maybe that we work with anytime we ever go there.
They are.
Luis, Austin, Justin, whoever it is, Oliver, everyone's always a great guy. Always very, very nice. Say hi. Say you know the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. I don't know if that gets you anything, but they'll probably be like, hell yeah, that's awesome.
Maybe
at
an
least.
extra potato skin.
Maybe, just at least. So a couple of the odds here. I'm looking at the 3-point contest for a lot of these, because placing a bet on the dunk contest, quite frankly, like, you're playing a dangerous game. It feels like at that point. Here are the contestants, by the way, in the NBA 3-point contest, if you do not know, because there is some Wisconsin tie to it. Bobby Portis is in the NBA 3-point contest. He does have the worst odds to win it, which is crazy because he does lead the league in 3-point field goal percentage.
He could be a scary pick.
Norman Powell, Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray, Devin Booker, Damian Lillard, injured Damian Lillard, and Con Knipple, another Wisconsin tie to the NBA 3-point contest. We have over-unders for a lot of these guys. Do you want me to just pick them at random for you here,
Pick
Jack?
random, yeah.
Okay, well, let's start things off with Bobby Portis. Why not? Let's get it. He is the only contestant to not have an over-under of 20 or more right now. 19.5 for Bobby Portis is his over-under for the contest. Minus 115 on both sides. There's also a couple of fun bets where making shots from the logo, the 3-point ball is there. There's an over-under on a half for Bobby Portis at minus 139, or 1.5 is plus 700 as well, because you get 2 shots from there. How do you like Bobby Portis's numbers this week, Jack?
I'm going to stick with, I'm not going to go with anything too crazy, but I like the over on the 19.5 that you mentioned there.
Over on 19.5 for Bobby Portis. Let's keep some of the connections going here. Damian Lillard, a guy that a lot of people see as a favorite in this contest as well. 23.5 for Damian Lillard on the over-under.
He's injured, man. I don't think we're seeing him light it up.
No?
No.
Logo Lillard? He's not going to be a part of it?
Maybe it's a logo. Maybe it's a logo shot.
But how NBA would it be for a guy that is not playing
on
wins
1 foot
the 3-point contest?
In sweats, too.
In sweats, right. If he comes out in all street gear while he does
love it.
That would just make an even bigger mockery of the game. I don't think they're going to have a moment this year that's going to top last year when it was Wemby and Chris Paul just like throwing the balls off the rack. I don't think they can make such a mockery of that. But if he comes out in street clothes, that might be the case. So you like the under of 23.5 in that?
I think under, yeah.
All right. Under on 23.5 for Damian Lillard. Let's go. Let's keep it going here with Wisconsin ties. Con Knipple then. 24.5 is his over under. That is the highest right now. He is currently the betting favorite, tied with Damian Lillard to score the most in the first round, and to reach the final round, minus 155 as well, the best odds. Con Knipple's number of 24.5, Jack.
I hate to go with a favorite, but he looks so good, Tommy. He looks like the second coming of Larry Bird from 3.
Really?
To me, he's such an efficient shooter, and he's so young.
Here's the other one. The play on words with his name, 3-point contest.
Oh,
the NBA is going to really lean into that. if he wins it.
Did you see Dirk Nowitzki told him what his last name means in German?
No.
So knippel means like a bat, a baseball bat. So he's like, you're knippling the whole WNWBA.
Yeah,
you know?
If
So-
Dirk was Russian, that's how I could
sorry,
talk.
sorry. Hello,
Okay,
hello,
okay.
I'm German. Yeah. Is that better?
You just got to go full lederhosen if you're going German.
That's more of
impressions.
a Borat type German.
I like that one better.
Okay,
I
okay.
actually, let's all pretend that was Dirk on
Yeah.
the show,
I
guys. He
love
was
the
here.
3-pointer.
That was Dirk right there. Thanks for joining us, Dirk. Jack Pembroke making some Warlocks locks here. Okay, let's keep it going. Let's get through everyone here if we got the time for it. Norman Powell, 21.5. I feel like there's always one guy that's surprising in these.
Mhm.
If it's going to be not Bobby Portis, maybe it's Norman Powell. Jack, 21.5 on his over-under.
I like Norman Powell. I think he's scary good sometimes. I think 21.5 is a good over to take. And I kind of like Tyrese Maxey. I think he's someone who can get hot.
Tyrese Maxey at 22.5 as well. Those are the same odds as Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, and Jamal Murray. Right now, Jack, you have just one player with the under, and that is Damian Lillard right now. And everyone else you got the over for so far. Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray, all at 22.5. Who's going to have the most made of those three right there? Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray.
Oh, Booker.
Yeah. Has he won it before?
I want to say he's been in a finals. Let me look it up really quick.
3-point contest winners. I feel like Devin Booker has won it before. This would be a great list for people to go back down and look, because I don't know if you're going to remember.
Yep, he won the 2018
All right.
contest.
And that was the second. No, that was the second son to win. That's what that means.
Yep,
on the
and he
list.
finished second in 2020.
Okay, that's what I mean. I felt like he's got some experience in it, and he's won it before. I like Devin Booker on that over. Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray, over under 22.5.
Oof. Let's say Jamal Murray over and Donovan Mitchell under.
Okay. All right. And now the NBA dunk contest. This is, the dunk contest is so bad now. It's just unwatchable. And
Well, did you hear they said that a lot of people didn't want to do it if Mac was going to do it?
right, sure. Like Mac McClung is literally saving the dunk contest
And they're
every
like,
year.
oh, I don't
at
want
this
to
point.
go up against him.
And now Carter Bryant, Jackson Hayes, Kashad Johnson, and Jace Richardson Jr. I
don't know any of
who
those
are
guys.
these guys?
Yeah.
Like Jackson Hayes is known for all the wrong reasons, it feels like. And then the other guys here, just a bunch of dudes who are trying to make a name for themselves. Maybe in hindsight, the dunk contest can be a land of opportunity, right? Because
Maybe.
Mac McClung, he's just not really an everyday NBA player. He's consistently trying to get a two-way deal done.
10-day contract.
And find his way back into the pros. And he was able to make more money, I believe, from the NBA dunk contest than he was from an actual salary in the NBA. But I don't even know if I want to have you make a pick, because I have nothing. Right now, the best odds are Jace Richardson at plus 170, minus 230 for Carter Bryant. I'll take Jace. Sure. I'm pretty sure that's Jason Richardson's child. If I'm not mistaken.
I'm
yes.
getting old.
Yes, that is his dad, Jason Richardson, and Jace Richardson. Sure, like father, like son. If he's got any bounce like his dad did, his dad put on some of the best shows we've seen in NBA dunk contests. Maybe not quite Vince Carter, but similar energy in most of those. I'll take him, sure, just because you get the best odds, even though I think he has like 3 dunks in the NBA.
Do they still do the skill set contest?
They don't have any betting odds on it. I think
okay.
they kind of did. They not get rid of it because of last
Maybe
year?
they
They were
got
like
rid of
it was dumb. There is the Shooting Stars coming back. I actually think the Shooting Stars is like one of the better events at the NBA All-Star Weekend. I used to love it when they would do the current NBA player, the NBA legend, and the WNBA player, and they have them shoot from the different spots, and then whoever can make the half-court shot at the end. I always thought that was kind of a fun little thing they would do. And it was just a kickoff to start it up. But quite frankly, Bet responsibly on the NBA All-Star Weekend. It is NBA All-Star Weekend, so you never know what can happen. And the three-point contest should be entertaining. A lot of star power there. As I said, right now the winner, the betting favorite to win, Con Knipple plus 250. If you go all the way down to the last man, Bobby Portis plus 1200. I mean, it's enticing. It's interesting.
It is, and he could shock a lot of people. I think if Khan doesn't win, I've just kind of, my mind keeps coming back to Tyrese Maxey. I like him.
New Balance's own Tyrese Maxey.
There you go.
Yeah. There it is. Warlocks Locks, some of the best stuff from NBA All-Star Weekend. 3-point contest. Maybe might be must watch. Are we rooting for Bobby and Con?
Yeah.
Those are the two guys we're rooting for?
Definitely.
Okay.
Wisconsin Lutheran, right?
Right. Yeah. You know, the Knipples, Con's having a fantastic rookie season. Him and Cooper Flagg going to obviously be battling it out in the second half or like last third of the NBA season for the NBA Rookie of the Year. Con's got a legit shot. Should be interesting. And if you win the 3-point contest, the storyline again starts to build. And contest, I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for the KON test.
He's got to start using you as his
marketing agent.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know.
Not that you don't do enough here, Tommy.
Right. All I need is more hours to be put on a punch card. That's what I'm looking for right now. All right, Warlocks Locks all wrapped up, ready to go. Should we wrap up the show on the other side here, Jack?
Yeah, pub crawl it, right?
Let's do it. It is Wisconsin Sports Weekend. Tommy Wirtz in for Charlie Usen. Jack Pembroke still on the ones and twos, of course, as well. The Wisconsin Sports Weekend pub crawl is up next, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Welcome back, Wisconsin Sports Weekend. Tommy Wirtz in for Charlie Usen. Jack Pembroke still along as well. We are presented by Apollo Cafe, Milwaukee's Greek superstar of flavor on historic Brady Street. 25 years now in the Milwaukee area. Jack, I'm a newbie. I don't got the music bed ready to go here, but we're going to rapid fire still, of course. The Olympics. Jack, are you Olympics guy?
Love the Olympics.
The Olympics, Winter Olympics it's a little bit harder for me to get in on the action, but I've been following the big storylines here. And Malinin, right? Ilya Malinin, what a collapse we saw out of him. We're still wondering what just happened for him. Seemed like he was a surefire to win the Olympic gold medal in the men's figure skating. Had a great lead after Tuesday's performances, and finishing 8th, fell a couple of times in that final. Jack, pretty surprising result out of Ilya there.
He's from the area I went to high school in Northern Virginia.
Well,
Vienna.
A stud, 21, plenty of time still to have those moments, but pretty much commenting saying that he blew it. That's honestly the first thing that came to mind. The Olympic pressure just got a little bit more. It just felt like all the traumatic moments of my life just started flooding my head. And there were just so many negative thoughts that just flooded into there. And I just did not handle it. So
isn't it funny how your brain can make you do things?
Yeah. Ilya Malinin, not going to go home with a medal. 8th place, though, really a shock for him. Kind of a blunder in the U.S. Olympic reign now here. What do you got first here, Jack?
So how far has one of your coaches gone to secretly coach a game that he's been banned for?
I don't know if I've ever had that, Jack.
Neither have I, but I rehashed this story that Jose Mourinho coached Chelsea back in the early 2000s. They were in a UEFA Big Championship quarterfinal where he was banned for trying to talk to a referee in their previous match at halftime, which that's a faux pas, right?
Okay.
So he gets banned for 2 games. They're going to play Bayern Munich at their home stadium on the first of 2 games. He comes up with a plan that he's going to hide in the stadium at 7 a.m. The game doesn't start till 7 p.m. So he hides in the stadium. The UEFA match people are looking for him because they think, yeah, this guy's going to try and do something. He hid at halftime during like breaks. They had him on a mic to the coach to coach the game. And then they had a guy running back and forth the locker room getting notes. So the UEFA noticed all this. They said something's up here. At the end of the game, they hid him in a metal case and he almost died. He couldn't breathe. And the equipment manager escaped with him outside. And so he's finally admitted that that's what he did to make sure they'd get a win.
How far would you go, Jack?
I think that's pretty far.
That's not going to make it. Not going to make it in the medal case.
I think if you want to win that badly,
you would
do what you can.
You would watch the Super Bowl in a medal case if Packers were in it. You meant they win.
If someone said, "Hey, Packers are going to win. Jordan Love's going to get the MVP."
You gotta hold your breath for 4 hours.
You've got to watch in a dog kennel. I would do it.
Yeah, I think I would as well.
Give me a nice little blanket, nice little.
Oh, now it's a luxury. What are you,
it's
Pablo
a luxury.
Escobar?
Yeah,
you
it's
get to
a
choose
luxury
your prison
dog.
here. Yeah, ridiculous, Jack. Moving on here, the NFL Players Association lose a grievance with the NFLPA regarding report cards. You saw this one, Jack. Now it's not going to be as public of information. An arbitrator found that the report cards violated the CBA agreement by, quote, disparaging NFL clubs and individuals. The spokesman says, "We are pleased with the decision from the arbitrator upholding the parties' collective bargaining agreement and prohibiting the NFLPA from disparaging our clubs and individuals through, quote, report cards allegedly based on data and methodologies that has steadfastly refused to disclose." I mean, we remain committed to working in particular partnerships with the NFLPA and an independent survey company to develop and administer a scientifically valid survey to solicit accurate and reliable player feedback as the parties agreed in the CBA. This is the equivalent of you need 1,000 word on your paper. And it's like, I'm going to use every word that no one understands and no one really uses in everyday speak to have this grievance filed. But that's just lawyers in general. Kind of BS, Jack. Like, just you should be absolutely transparent about organizations that are doing things the right way, organizations that are doing things the wrong way.
Especially their workers, when they're grading you, you should probably believe the people that work for you and not say we need a third party to, dilute the grades that we're getting.
Kelvin Beachum, offensive tackle for the Arizona Cardinals. I think it's a great assessment of how players really feel. It's objective, especially for the people that are actually in the building every single day. No disrespect to the NFL, but a lot of these folks sit in offices at league headquarters, and you have folks that are doing these reports that are living, breathing, eating, sleeping, working, the whole nine, that are in the building every single day. It's a great way to be transparent and a great way to keep to hold everyone accountable. Yeah, I don't know, going away with these from a public record, and I've heard rumors of a third party being the ones that are going to be the people conducting these surveys. Yeah, the NFL, man, what are you doing? Like, just be transparent. You should have nothing to hide. Crappy owners in the NFL make no sense.
Yes.
Makes no sense. Baseball, you want to be like, oh, we're a small market. Basketball, their market, this luxury tax, I can't afford it. Okay. The NFL, everyone's working with the same money.
You're billionaires. You can spend $1 million or something.
Everyone's working with the same money. There's a salary cap. All of your franchises are evaluated billions and billions of dollars. I don't understand crappy organizations in the NFL more than I don't for anyone else in any other league. Jack, your next one.
Bucks interactive game experience for the blind and low vision. I saw this. I had heard that, Eagles did something like this with a full body thing for their games to let people that can't really see or have auditory issues, really still be involved with the game. And so I saw this thing on Instagram where the Bucks have reached out and they built this kind of like magnetic thing you put your fingers on, and it tells you what's going on in the game. And they also have, hearing aid to tell them what's going on too. But it was cool to see people that are hard of sight or, blind being able to stay with the game and know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's kind of cool that they just follow the fingers on the pad that's there. And like you said, there's a little earpiece that goes along with it. Definitely really cool for the Milwaukee Bucks to get out, start experimenting with that, experiencing different ways for everyone to be a part of the game. My last one here, Jack, let's go back to more. I had it right here. Now I just lost it. Regardless, continuing on with some of this talk here with the NFLPA report cards. Here it is right now. Packers DeMarcus Covington is getting an interview for the Raiders defensive coordinator job. They've lost a lot of coaches. I don't know how upset I would be if DeMarcus Covington left. I'm not quite sure if he was overachieving, if he was underachieving. He had Micah Parsons and everyone else. Devontae Wyatt unhealthy. Maybe Lucas Van Ness got better. Rashawn Gary sure as hell didn't.
And Walker didn't.
No one else in the interior, in my opinion, really getting anything to write home about, whether it was Stackhouse or anyone else brought on later on in the year. If they lose to Marcus Covington, you going to be heard about that one at all, Jack? Yeah, I don't know if I am either. What's your last one, boss?
So we're going Wisconsin native Jordan Stolz wins gold in the men's 1,000 meter and set an Olympic record.
Yeah, that's a pretty good week. Pretty good weekend. Pretty good day.
Wisconsin's representing, man. We for a smaller state, we are getting a lot of medals.
Yeah, I would be down with that. I was peeking a little bit of it. The snowboard cross is one I really like. We had Nick Baumgartner on the Mason Crosby show. 44 years old competing in this.
Did he get a bronze?
Yeah, he's doing all right over there. Excited to see more Olympic coverage coming, as well as I think we still got another week. The 22nd, I believe, is the last day. So next Sunday, one more week of Olympic coverage here, and the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network all over it with their updates as well. Well, hey, there it is. A minute left, just like that, Jack.
Shout out to my niece, Winnie. Happy Valentine's Day.
There you go. Very nice. Happy birthday, Jack. Happy birthday, me. If anyone else was born today or any other days as well, happy birthday to you. It doesn't even have to be in February. Just happy birthday, boss. That's going to do it for us here. Wisconsin Sports Weekend. We are live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Tommy Wirtz was in for Charlie Usen today. Jack Pembroke hardest working man on Saturdays in the building, of course, was here as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Wisconsin Sports Weekend, powered by Apollo Cafe, Milwaukee's Greek superstar of flavor. 25 years in Milwaukee. We'll do it again next weekend, Wisconsin. Have a good Saturday. Happy Valentine's Day.